days and the coming weeks, right, we are going to have a comprehensive document, a document that is enough for you to read, digest, and at the same time pass on to other people whenever you are talking about why. Why? You know, that's the first question they ask you. Why do you think Yoruba needs to be on our own? Why? Majority of us ended up having to be defensive. Defensive in the sense that Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that. And these are the like repeated arguments. We want to develop the better argument that it's not a defense. I mean, like making you defensive. It makes you more kind of intelligent when you are talking about it, committed. All of these are going to be built. And that is the work we are talking about. We have said it. Nobody is coming to save anybody. If we all decide that we are done, and a lot of us agree that we are done and we are done with this, right? And we play our role very well, yeah, maybe we won't be like the Israelites who spent 40 or 100 years in the wilderness and a journey of 40 days, but nobody is coming to save us. This is us showing you that no one but us. So thank you so much, by the way, my parliamentarians, those who have actually cleared the order. Everyone else who is still behind the studio, please put on your camera and then we can talk. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to welcome my parliamentarians, and I hope everybody welcomes them. Now, we are going to share the slot. Usually, yeah, when you finish sharing your mind, we would excuse you for other people to come on and as well, okay? But what we're going to do today is that we're going to let you stay on, especially if you want to, after what you might have shared with us. If you want to leave, we can excuse you. But if you want to stay on, you stay on, because you might actually like pick up and have a conversation like everyone else on this segment tonight. So thank you so much, African Wahala, Sir Kenneth, Lawrence, your face with us. So Ezekiel, Ozzy, Baba, it's good to see you again. And I think I have Module on the line as well, so he can also join us. Module, thank you so much for joining us. So we're going to share this slot now. And as usual, let me say this to you. When you have your turn to speak, you have the privilege to speak about anything. Do you understand? You don't really have to say what everybody is saying or even anything that has to do with this topic tonight. So you can use that session and you have just about 5 minutes. Except if I ever engage, like interrupt you and all that, your time can be extended to 10 minutes. Do you understand that? So if our conversation have to be like that. But the moment I do like this, I'm only trying to tell you to round up so that I can pass on to another person as well, okay? So thank you so much. I'll take African Wahala will open the parliament for us tonight. And then we're going to go on to Sir Kenneth Lawrence. You will be next after him. And Ezekiel, you are going to go after Sir Lawrence. And Module, my brother, you would be going after Ezekiel. So we can make this interesting, as many other people are expected to join us as well tonight, okay? Module, you seems that you have about 2 devices sending in a request. So I'll keep the one on the screen and I'll kick out the one that is making an extra request, okay? So you stay on. African Wahala from Canada. Baba, how are you?
Hey, Baba. I'm doing very well, man. How are you?
It's good to see you. And thanks so much for all you do as well. People like yourself. So thank you. So how is it going on?
Over man, it's good. It's going good. You know, another day, another conversation about the entire Nigerian situation. First and foremost, I'm very happy to have this conversation with the people of the Temple of Truth.
It's good
with you too. You know, Mayukun. I was, being a Nigerian, you are forced to wear so many hats. One of the hats that I found myself wearing recently is the psychologist hat, because you're trying to understand the psychologist of the people, the psychology of the people. And I was looking at a tweet posted by our friend Doyin Okukwe.
Right.
Okukwe posted a tweet. He said, "It's time to step aside, but I am with PO and the obedience. and the presidential campaign till God gives us glory in Jesus' name. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
And without a surprise, the comment section of that tweet is people that are praising him, you know, saying, "Oh, Mr. Okupe, posterity will remember you for campaigning in our favor, for wanting the best for the future of this country." Now, to me, it's not a surprise that this is how people would react to that tweet, because, like I said, studying the psychology of Nigerians, you will come to a conclusion that these people are like water. They adapt to the situation. The same doing Okupe. And this is not even an attack on Okupe as an individual. I would say it's an attack on the entire system, the politicians that have that mentality, that have robbed us dry and turned us into poverty-stricken people. You created poverty by stealing the people's money. The allegations that came out were you stole $700 million, which I believe is a tiny fraction of what he has stolen. Now, you had to pay 13 million to be a free man, okay, because the judiciary system is trash. I'll let you speak, bro. Did you just say something? I thought you wanted to rebuttal. So, since that is the case, where you've impoverished the people by stealing their money, but those same people that you've impoverished, they are the ones supporting you because you are in line with their choice, whom in this case is Peter Obi. It just shows you that the Nigerian mindset it can't be fixed. I'm sorry. We need that mental revolution without a doubt. And I feel like the only way that can be implemented is if we keep on talking about these things, trying to open people's minds, coaching them like you're doing, Mayegun, and other people that are speaking on all these things all over social media and everywhere on the ground. Keep talking about these things. Maybe you can somehow change people's minds and make them realize that today you're supporting this criminal because the criminal is in love with your own Messiah, the person you think is going to save you. But what you're doing is you are simply shooting yourself in the foot. And that's my message for today.
African Wahala, thank you very much for that. You can still hang around if you want to. I think we're having an issue with your visual. The background, the rest of them seems to be like acting up. But nevertheless, I've lost about 3 people just at a go. And I bet these people who joined us from Nigeria. So I'm going to go to Sir Kenneth. Good enough, I haven't lost you. So how are you, sir?
I'm fine, Maeko. How are you?
I am very well. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you finally.
I know.
So, you know, the point here is that Nigeria. I mean, that country called Nigeria. It's just existing like on life support. I have said it to you many times, and I'm saying it again and again. Nigeria is on life support. The system itself is designed never to work for the Nigerian people. It's designed to work against them. Countless times I have been there, many times, and I can tell you this for a fact that it is just, in fact, the people there are like, they just keep living every day with absolutely no choice. So yeah, and that's why it's easier for these vampires in government, either in federal level or state level, why they have the free lunch of doing whatever they do in that place. It is so bad that even when you speak truth to power, these same people are going after you.
You become the target.
You become the target there. So, and you know, I don't know if you recall when one of my calls, I said I used to work with defense, the Ministry of Defense, and Nigeria. I was an instructor, so I had the opportunity of training a lot of these officers and men, especially even some of these they are retired chief of army staff, navy staff. They used to, some of them used to be like what I mean. These people in within that period at which I know them, they are professional. They are good at what they do. That's their line of work, and I give them credit for that. But you see, when unfortunately everybody finds themselves in a system where it is what it is,
you have to compromise professionalism for every other. So here you are. You have to choose in between still having a job or being marshaled for disobeying an order that you know professionally you shouldn't even be carrying out in the first place.
Exactly. Yeah. So and the rest is history. You already know the answer to that. But I think in this parliament, I want all of us to come to that realization that the problem of Nigeria is not just because it is a Nigerian problem, but the problem is that evil document. Mayegu, we've talked about it. That evil document is the genesis and the revelation of the problem of that country. And that country cannot exist in that form if Yoruba nation and the Biafran people need to pull out on their own if that is what the only way to go. Because if you notice in that constitution, there's nothing like referendum.
No,
there's nothing in there.
There's something about we the people, but there was never a time a referendum was conducted. Put that constitution together and say we the people. Oh dear.
Yeah. So there was no referendum. There was absolutely, in fact, literally that document was hatched out secretly in wherever they were doing it, and then forced down the throats of everybody in Nigeria. You see?
See where we are today.
Yes, if you look at line by line, each of the section of that constitution, line by line, it is always skewed to favor them.
Yes.
To favor them. And any attempt for you to push back on those things and say, hey, wait a minute, we need to
face a serious what do you call it, pushback if you do.
Exactly. That's why I always use that language, that Nigeria itself is a shit show. It's a shit show. Because why is a shit show? Is that because for crying out loud, it's like as if you are watching a comedy, or if sometimes you are, even if you are tired of watching the comedy, maybe it turns to a horror movie. Because everything in Nigeria has been structured and designed never to work for you. We that are outside the country are the only hope, the only lifeline, the only line of defense that to push back on these vampires. These vampires will not let go. They will not. In fact, you literally, I hate to use violence. I don't believe in violence in achieving anything. But these people, the only language they understand is the language of looking at them face to face and telling them exactly what they need to hear. They choose not to like it, yes, but the facts are the facts. These people are vampires. These people will push back. See, you see the video you were showing about Tinubu, and those people say Jagaban, Jagaban, shout Jagaban. These are hungry lions. These people are, do you have any idea how much they probably must have paid them? Or the people carrying that APC flag? These are hungry lions. These people are frustrated. They've been subjected to this level. That's why they will remain there. They choose to keep them there because that is where they belong.
You know what somebody said, sir? Somebody said that if we pay attention very well, that in all honesty, a lot of Nigerians are not victims of bad governance. They are in fact partners, complicit, part of that bad governance, and they will continue to be part of it. So, which means that I agree, like you just said just now, majority of Nigerians, in my own opinion, indeed, they are not victims of bad governance. They are actually part and parcel of it.
And to cap it off, to finish it off, is that if anybody have studied in this parliament, if you try and read the book, the principle of the art of war by Sun Tzu, Sun Tzu makes it very clear that understand your enemy and understand yourself, that in an 100 battle you will never be impelled. What is he saying? It's simple. People should not misunderstand it's a military tactic. No, he's talking. most of his lyrics, most of the things he says there is both in combination of military and civil life. What is he saying in that statement is that you cannot go into a discussion or an argument or whatever it is with somebody when, first of all, you don't understand the person, and then you don't understand yourself. You can never win that kind of a argument if you do not understand who you are dealing with and understand yourself as a person. That, look, oh, I am going to be having a conversation with this person. How do I approach somebody of this nature? This is how he thinks. This is how his methodology is, or his ideology or philosophy is. How do I approach this person so that the argument or the conversation is to my own advantage? Because if you walk into that kind of situation, what you do is this: you just walk into a booby trap, and before you know, you are a dead meat. Thank you.
God bless you. I wish I could keep you longer, but whenever you want to leave, you can indeed just leave, okay? So I'll let you relax. Then Ezekiel is back with us now. Good enough. Ezekiel, your slot is still intact, and I'm glad you're back. How are you, sir? Oh, I think the line is that bad and bad. Modu, so were you actually on the bus, on the train, close to the house, and you had to do all of that together? Yeah, I like that. So good enough. I'm going to let you come on finally. Sorry. Where's that? Why did I stop it? Hang on. You can unmute, by the way. Modu. All right, now go later. Brother, how are you?
I'm doing okay, bro. How are you, sir?
I'm very well. It seems that you are just coming out from a freezing out there, yeah?
Yeah, it's getting colder and colder by the day here.
Come on, right? You couldn't even take the jacket off. So, good enough. Huh? You are live. Everybody can hear you. I hope we have some, as usual, to learn from you tonight. But there's a lot going on the Yoruba Union. Somebody like yourself is needed to come on and add there. Adiola, I'm still going to say same to you, but I'll come back to you, sir. So, Modu, there's a television right now where people are now sort of it's like a basket of ideas, like a flood of it. More and more people, all those ideas, pick things up in their own area of specialty. Like, you know, okay, I could do something about legal, I could do something about education, I could do something together about security, you know, that stuff. So the ideas place. We need people to start picking them up for us, putting together a draft on them, bringing them back together so that can end up as a document. And we need all of you to come forward. Give us your little services and experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would really love to, like, in whatever capacity, sir.
Please,
yeah, in whatever capacity, I can always
pick up something, help us make it real, give it the life of its own. You don't have to do a whole lot. Just pick one of them as well. I'm going to do something for you on this. Adiola, Yoruba, I'm going to get you something on this, because whatever you bring, right, is an opportunity for others to also develop them. Hard ideas to become something that we can all actually say, oh, which side are you on this Yoruba? You know, I'm in charge of the women and children. Or you are a man. Well, I've got the understanding of that some of their programs that I actually know how to do well. I'm good in organizing and I'm working on helping them. So, you know, something like that. So we want to develop all our sectors to that standard, easy to relate with. And then
absolutely. Yeah, like I'll be so happy to be a part of, you know, whatever thing that will lead to the upliftment of our people, because you know, this guy, he used to be Stokely Carmichael. He later changed his name to Kwame Ture.
I don't think I do, but maybe when you start telling me the story, I might probably remember. Yeah, go on.
Oh yeah, he was an American. He later became an appointee of Sokoture in Guinea. So he changed his name from Stokely Carmichael to Kwame Ture. He picked Kwame from Kwame Nkrumah and Ture from Sokoture. Now, in one of his speeches, I think, in his Black Power speech, so he quoted Frederick Douglass when he said, you know, Frederick Douglass in one of his books wrote about the leaders must reject that label of being leaders. Sorry, the youth. I'm sorry. The youth must reject that label of being leaders of tomorrow. The youth must be leaders of today. So Kwame Ture ended it by saying that it's very important that we become the leaders of today because the men who run this country are sick. Now, why do I have to like make reference to Kwame Ture? It's because the people that fought for Nigerian independence, if we were ever independent, those guys were in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s. They were pretty young. And there is this time because they overstayed, and because we've had old rulers with expired ideas. There's this tendency for the youths, and in fact we've kind of like accepted the label that we are not intelligent enough to take charge of our future, to take charge of our present
today.
So we always seek validation, we always seek direction, guidance from these people that Shore said they have old ideas. They do not even have any ideas to begin with. So whatever we need to do to make our people see that, yeah, someone that is in their 20s, someone that is in their 30s, someone that is even 16, 17 years old can come up with sound, solid ideas.
Yes.
I think it's something that we all should embrace. The youths, those of us, like, we are everywhere. The Nigerians have, I think they are the most, in terms of degrees, I think higher degrees, Nigerians are the most educated immigrants in the US. We are everywhere. And when we say Nigerians, we are talking about people in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s majorly. So we don't really need to seek validation. Of course, we would always accept inputs from old people, but we do not really need them to validate because we are capable of charting a course for ourselves.
Yeah. When we're growing up, right? This Yoruba adage, I don't know if it's adage or idiom, but you know it when I say it too. That which means the understand, the wisdom of the old, the ideas of the young are what they combined when they found the Ile-Ife. Which means that from even our forebearers, they valued the ideas of the young people in forming what do you call it, in nation building, put it that way.
Yes.
What I mean? So yeah.
I just believe
today I've decided, because the criminals today have decided to turn us, the young people, to believe that we are the leaders of tomorrow, which a lot of people
and tomorrow is never here. Shure was in Brekete studio a couple of days ago, and he said when he was 17, when he was 18, they told him that he was one of the leaders of tomorrow. Now he's 51, they are still asking him to wait. Imagine Shure at 51 that has traveled so far, started something from the scratch, built it into a world-class, facility. So at 51, they are still asking him. At 51, he might have been a grandfather. They are still telling him to go and start for maybe a counselor or so. And of course, it's not surprising because the system is a rigged system. Like it's a system that does not exist. I have no idea why he keeps, holding faith with the system. Well, I mean the country, but he knows best. He knows best. So sometimes you just have to respect the choices of other people. As far as I'm concerned, there is absolutely nothing to all politics are violence. Nigeria military culture, I think between 66 and 76 by Max Ceylon.
I've heard about it.
Oh yeah, I've tried reading the book a couple of times. There was never a time I read it past half the page. I mean, I read past half of it. The book is so graphic. Yeah, when you read the book, brother, when you read that book, then you would leave your house and go look for one or two Igbos just to embrace them. You will feel so much pity for them, that ethnic group, what Nigeria has done to them. You would seek Igbos out to hug them. I used to think Murtala Muhammad was an icon. When I read that book, I found that Murtala Muhammad is maybe arguably the worst, the most irresponsible, the most vicious, wicked individual that the Nigerian system has ever produced, Murtala Mohammed. He killed so much Igbos. Throughout the time Yakubu Gowon was head of state, as irresponsible as Yakubu Gowon was, Murtala Mohammed was even worse. In fact, Murtala Mohammed felt that Yakubu Gowon did not kill enough Igbos. Murtala Mohammed. So, oh yeah, if you read the book, you would see the reasons why someone like Farotimi would, more than any other person, admit that Nigeria should just consider presidency for them. What Nigeria has done to that ethnic group is better left unsaid. Oh, Eka Atika, All Politics of Violence, Nigeria military. He was also the one that wrote Soldiers of Fortune.
The Soldiers of Fortune, that one, I read that one to some extent, but I was looking for a day I'm going to come on here to read that one to everybody.
No, I'm warning you. I'm warning you, sir. I'm warning you.
Evening all.
Don't try read.
You can hear me.
Do not try read that All Politics of Violence. Like, if you read it, especially, I think one of the quoted index or so was this speech by the guy that led the coup, in Zeogu. You know, and where he talked about, their rationale for the coup. The man went into the details of the Abure Accord, that during the Abure Accord, that the Nigerian delegation, Yakubu Gowon, they just went as though they were going to maybe a party, unprepared. That Ojukwu went with, I think, 2 private secretaries, went with documents. Ojukwu went to Abure as though he was going to defend a PhD thesis. Anyway,
let me go to Adeola, and then thanks so much for still being with us, as Lawrence. Kenneth, you're still here. Yeah, thank you very much. So I'll put Module. Okay, great. So let's go to Adeola. Then afterward, I'm going to come down to Sir Ironshe Oduduwa. It's like I'm having a special alejo tonight. Okay. And I also have another Oduduwa's, you see AY citizen or citizen AY, you can say is Yoruba nationalist that is more interested in constitutionalism. And we probably won't have an issue where you need people to teach constitutionalism to our people when that time comes in Yoruba land. So yes, I'll come to you, AY. But let me go to Adeola, and then we'll take the turn. Sir Adeola, it's been a while. How are you tonight, sir?
Chairman, I did. I was just enjoying Modio. I didn't want him to finish.
Yeah. I mean, Modio is always like that. Modio is the kind that, it will be saying something now, and then it will remember that, man, I mean, I wanted to say other things, there's so much he would always love to share with us. So, I wish anyway. So, how are you?
I just enter the parliament tonight, just relax.
Parliament is not a pressure. If you come with anything you want to share with us, it doesn't really have to be with be on the things we've discussed. Another perspective, another thing you've probably been thinking of sharing all this while, like, I'm going to call him, or I'm going to say it on the, the floor is yours.
To be honest, I don't know. I think every day I just get slightly much, if not confused or bewildered, or in terms of how we are still in that contraption, and people don't ask those questions. It was Nigeria doesn't work, and people in diaspora have some form of insight. If you hold that passport, it doesn't work. You face so much discrimination, you face so much setbacks, you face so much barriers. To an extent, I think diaspora will also have a heavy part in building that nation from the outside in.
That's right.
There's a reason why that Jackpot is there. It's just words of wisdom. When you start seeing birds flee, when you see animals start fleeing, it's because they know something is about to go down. They know something's about to go down. people don't really understand that things would happen or things are about to happen. Sometimes we might not be able to verbally put things into one place or, express ourselves in a certain way, but something is going down. The way people are living, last time I was in your program, I was saying to you that Nigerian government don't have any inclination that their own people, they are competing for global labor force with their own people. So if their own people believe that that country for them does not provide that enabling environment to thrive or to prosper, they will leave. So as a Nigerian government,
they are living in a very, very sad state, right?
Yeah.
Remember that the UK government, the UK system is making so much money on this student migration, Abi.
Yes.
Or
yes.
before that, now they are complaining. They are complaining they want to stop it because people are bringing their family. Somebody will get a student visa, they will bring their wife, they'll bring their 4 children. Some will bring their husband, they'll bring their 2 children. Now, UK, that ordinarily won't give them anything, or they probably will not get anything other than the job they are going to be doing, right? They are now worried that they are stopping that program. However, the same UK, right, conveniently took over 7,500 medical practitioners, doctors, nurses, all of them from Nigeria.
I'm counting. If
and
you have
in 2022 alone, Baba, now opened up 2023, right? They want to bring in at least 15,000 teachers from Nigeria alone in 2023.
Of course.
So what are they doing? What's that future saying?
There's nothing.
Go on.
See, Baba. See, I'm not sure. I said it last time. For you to have a developed country, you must have a number of doctors per 1,000. You must have a number of engineers per 1,000 people, so on, teachers per 1,000 people. You have to have that ratio in place. The moment you
to have all of that, you must have a reliable data as well. That
exactly. You make conscious efforts. You make conscious efforts to train people, to put people in position to have a vibrant labor force, because it is not a country. That's why we don't have that structure, and we will never have that structure, because normally a country should have a structure to produce people that would enable them to succeed
and nurture the system.
Exactly, but it's not a country. I think the moment we find peace, we find some form of solace that it's not a country. Because it is an anomaly. It is anomalous to think people will leave an entity to another entity, because Nigerian government is competing with the UK government for doctors. Even though they have melanin in their skin, they are competing with other countries for doctors and nurses and teachers. Even if you have ICANN, Baba, you have ICANN. You now take 2 or 3 papers to convert to ECCA, right? And you are practicing as an accountant in Nigeria. Do you know you can switch from Nigeria to UK based on your ICANN conversion? You've converted your ICANN to ACCA. Baba, you don't jack up with that now. So apart from, say, doctors or teachers or nurses, accountants too are also at risk, are also leaving. So in every facet you see, engineering, accounting, and those are the drivers for prosperity. When you have engineers that solve problems, they are problem solvers. An engineer will solve a problem and create direct and indirect jobs. You find someone that would solve a problem for iPhone. You need someone to do precision engineering that will supply just a tiny stuff, and that will employ vast amounts of people.
You get.
But because you don't allow them thrive. You see, Baba, I was in a conference, I think about 6 years ago or 7 years ago, and there were some guys from McKinsey, and they were throwing us big time. They were throwing some Nigerian private equity guys that they just finished a deal, per generation, and they were just tasking us, say, you guys who have engineers now, per capita, per 1,000 people, how many engineers do you have? They were literally dissing us that we are incapable of carrying out infrastructural projects, generating power, supply
that can serve the population.
Exactly.
You don't have a number of engineers that could.
McKinsey, they literally were dissing those guys that just finished the deal. just structuring a deal to build, was it a gas fire plant? I'm not sure if it was gas fired or solar. I can't remember the name of the project. They were so happy with some Nigerian big boys in private equity. They were happy they did it, but they were still facing a backlash from the guys from McKinsey, because it is not a country. As long as we rest, Baba, it is a contraption. That's
not a
that
country.
is the best way to even describe it.
Let me quickly go to a Russia Odudua. Now we might have somebody who has a message for us from the source. Anyway, Adiola, don't go anywhere, okay? You might still want to add one or two things to what you have shared so far, okay? AY, I know it seems you're having trouble with that, your connection. I know. But
I'm back now. I'm back loud and clear now. I can hear you.
You are going to speak after a Russia Odudua. So just hang on there for me, sir. Okay. Hello, sir.
Good evening, all.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening, all our viewers, everyone that is watching us both home and abroad.
Thank you.
I'm happy tonight that Citizen AY Citizen is here too, because I've been trying to get hold of him for a while. Thank God for that.
Too.
Yes, we thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What I'm going to talk about tonight is going to be another dimension, because it seems that we focus our attention on one side, and there's a side that we did not look at. It's about this our Yoruba nation something. Citizen AY, I don't know, maybe you are aware of it, but I know Mayego is well aware of what is going on. If it is not all, but I know is fully aware of some part of it.
Yes,
I breathe in.
Let me say something. We are planning to have the People's Parliament Yoruba based on this conversation.
Okay, now, should I not go to that tonight?
No, you can. You just don't have to
because Citizen AY is here. I want him here. I've been trying to I've sent message to him. He did not reply. But I want him here.
You know what?
I want him
here. You can try to get into. I'm just saying that there's another chance that you will do everything how you want.
Okay. It will be better if it is in Yoruba. I will be able to express myself well. But
go on, sir.
But maybe I will just say little now. I will just keep and then
I am just letting you know that. I'm just letting you know that. This is not the only you have. We are going to.
All right. Okay. I'm going to just throw little light on it. Because I want you to say why must be there. Baba, you must be there. In Yoruba section, you must be there. And everyone that is looking at us at home, both in our land and everywhere, I beg you all to be part of this. It is about the security on in our land, on our soil, because it is coming. It is not matter of where, if it's not matter of if, it is when and where it started from. That is what I want to say. But I will not talk much. I will just keep it like this now until we have our Yoruba section. Thank you all.
Okay, sir. Fair enough. I am sorry if I discourage you from going ahead, because I don't know how.
No. We discussed about. I called you yesterday, if you remember. We discussed little about it, and there are some little something that since that yesterday, another things have come up again that I see that is very important.
Well, you know what I'm going to do, which I did promise.
It's boiling me. It's boiling me. I will tell you one thing. Yes, this is the first time I will come out openly like this to show myself. This is the first time. We've been underground there, but tonight I say no. I will have to come out openly. That is why I'm showing myself, my face. But please, I want you to do this as quick as possible, because we don't have to leave this thing to wait at all.
No, we can't let it wait any longer.
All right, thank you. Citizen AY, good evening.
Good evening, my brother. Good evening to you. Everybody in the house.
Everybody. I tried to even connect you the other day on the.
I haven't. I've been unwell. I have been unwell. So that's why I've not been able to respond to things. I have to just take it easy. It's really, COVID and everything else. But we have to speak tonight. So, but I'm grateful. So please let someone send me a text.
Yesterday, I told Mayegun that I've made my plan that I'm coming to Glasgow, though I'm always there. But purposely because of that, I've made my plan. I know where to track him down.
Yes. In Glasgow anyway. So thank you so much, sir.
I know.
Anyway.
Okay, all right, okay. I give chance to the other people.
Why? All right. It is your shot now, okay? Where you can take us another dimension you might want to. That's why I apologize to him that he wanted to take us that route, and I've seen.
Yes, I understand.
But I feel like he's not going to get the engagement that he deserves.
No.
I press himself to the direct audience. I mean, the real audience that need to hear that. Here you get. That's why I was like, which one he prefer? But I think he got my idea. We're going to have our time.
No, I do.
It's going to be Yoruba. And everybody will speak their mind.
So,
there are many other people that are watching right now. They are like, I'm waiting too. So everybody will have that time. Meanwhile, AY, Citizen AY, is your shot now, sir. Okay. How are you? How are you doing? I just said that you are recovering.
I've got this COVID and my chronic back pain. That the combination has been devastating. And I've been difficult to do a lot of things. I mean, but I keep seeing a lot of information and people contact me. And I want to say things, but if I'm not physically able to, I just have to just wait. So today, I'm still not there, but because of the enormity of what's going on, I felt I needed to just come out and just join the discussion. So I want to first of all greet each and everybody that's been part of this discussion tonight. Yes, and they've made very valid contributions to the discussion. And one of the things that we have to recognize among ourselves, and I say this on my platform, on any other platform, we are all leaders. The minute we realize that we are all leaders in the struggle and we all have valid contribution to make this struggle for Yoruba Nation and Biafra Nation a success, that is the day when we will accomplish everything we want to accomplish. And nobody, no force on this planet can stop us.
Yes.
We need to recognize that in ourselves. The journey starts from within. It starts from inside our minds. The mindset of our people has got to change. There is battles inside and there's battles outside. How do we go about taking on this battle? We have to be very, very self-assured of where we are going, why we are taking the steps we are taking, why we are so sure of saying that self-determination is the only course of action that will remedy the terrible situation that we are all in. Yes. This is something that we must all join hands in. It's all hands on deck. More so, those of you who are at home now, be it Biafrans, be it Yoruba people, the struggle is on your shoulders. I'm sorry to say it. We can assist you from abroad, and we are the lifeline in some respects. But the struggle has to be from home, on ground. You need to carry that message into the community, into the heart of the community. That's why I keep that song. How long will I go to suffer? How long will I'm asking you a question? How long are you going to keep suffering and waiting for somebody, a Messiah or something to come? You are the Messiah. Look in the mirror and say to yourself, I am the Messiah I'm looking for. That is the person that can save us. There is, like I said, there's two struggles we're facing. We're facing an internal struggle within our own country. We are being oppressed right within our own country. There is an external struggle that is complementing the struggle that we are having inside. So we need to recognize that we are facing two battles. But how we take on those battles is very critical. Our people, that is why you see I speak in broken English. Broken English is a very powerful tool that we can use. Sometimes you see you have to use the tools that they use against you is what you have to use against them.
That's right.
Our people understand pidgin English, and we need to communicate this message about self-determination in the clearest and simplest terms that our people are using on the streets right now. Right now, pidgin is the language that you would go to Akure, they will speak it. Go to Kwara, Enugu, they will speak it. Go to Plateau, they will speak it. Everybody understands pidgin English, because what we are trying to communicate to our people, even the Arawa people, is that we have the right to self-determination. That is our right. We have been denied that right. One of the speakers earlier on spoke, and he spoke eloquently about how they did not give us the opportunity for referendum.
No.
They wrote on the books, we the people signed up to what? What did we sign up to? Which people? Who of us actually signed up? Who of our ancestors, of our fathers signed up to anything in that fraudulent 1999 constitution? It is nothing.
It's fine. Can we see? Can anybody show that?
Exactly.
For those ones,
they cannot show us. They cannot show us.
Apart from coercion of those of the early men, there was never a time that the people actually agree to come together. But why? Sorry, man.
No. Please go ahead. No, please interject. Because you see, what we need to do, please, at every point, I want us all to understand that we are all leaders in this struggle.
Yes.
We need to make a big tent. You see, let me make it very, very clear. This struggle that we are doing now, we have to be ready to put ourselves on the line at any point. If they take one of us out, we have 100 behind waiting to fill that gap. Let me say that very slowly. If they take one of us out, we have to make sure that we bring ourselves, teach ourselves, and encourage ourselves to all stand up. So that for every one person, there is 100 ready to take that place and continue the journey. Yes. Because this is not about you and me anymore now. It's not about you and me anymore. It's about the coming generation. Forget you and me. It's about you and me. Yes.
Yeah, that's why the idea, like you just said now, we need everybody on board. And you just don't bring everybody on board. You need to bring them on board a sort of a collective goal.
Indeed.
Something they can relate with. And like you said, that we all have a role to play. Where everybody actually have a role to play. You know, this is not about saying. This is about doing. Do you get that now?
Indeed.
So
Indeed.
What people have told me many times, personally, especially when it comes to self-determination advocacy, right? We must know something, that we pride ourselves as Yorubas that we are intelligent. Sorry, why? We are educated.
No problem.
We are this, we are that. But we must know that when we talk about getting a Yoruba nation, right, we must make sure that the public projection, the image out there is the image of the true Omoluabi who knows what he's talking about, that is ready to attract other prominent, intelligent Yorubas. You see, we need to let people know that there's nothing wrong in people saying they don't want it. People can tell you they don't want something now because they don't understand it.
That's perfect. That's fine.
If you clearly, right, define what you are trying to give to them very well, it might surprise you how much this is actually what they wanted. But nobody has been able to explain. That's why we said, if all of us now do know that we have a role and we come together, we identify our roles, we take up our roles now and track those roles, right? We might be so surprised at the people's response as you are trying to advocate. The people will need to lead this. They have to own it. And I said something about, I said, for it to succeed, we must make the people our allies, strengthening them, using the number and giving them a purpose that they would, even if one die or one miss or one sold out, like you said, 100 are ready, because it's an idea. It's an ideology, a well clear one, that even those you never believe could tell you and say, sorry, Your Excellency, say, you are also part of this. I say, yes, no, I am. It's for all of us. Now, if we can attract such, we may disarm those who are buying guns and weapons to annihilate us. So, AY, I don't know if you see it that way. I have seen it many times.
I see the logic in what you're saying. And one of the things,
those who are trying to annihilate you with weapons by using the people as the most ultimate. You can't kill everybody who has an ideology that says we are going.
That's it. That's it. That is it. So thank you very much for that interjection. And it's very, very important point there. And at that point, I want to state something. What we've done, I want to first of all say the struggle for Yoruba nation and what we have achieved up to this point, it's been fantastic.
Amazing.
We've achieved something. The people have been we are following that. But what we now need going forward is a structure. we need a clear structure that the people can look at and go, I see where they're going. I support them. Or I see where they're going. I don't support them. Here's why.
And this
Right
is
now, people don't have that clear picture.
Understanding of why
They
I'm
don't.
not of it. And it's never going to. It's never going to be about attracting all negative things to a noble cause, and then in the process that could actually kill it from infantry.
Indeed,
we've done so well. Like a lot of people have done so well, man. People have been killed for this. So if we don't do something that people can easily associate with now, we can lose it all. I agree with you. AY.
So I think one of the things that I'm looking for now is whatever structure, our structure from the ground up has to be very, very clear, and it has to be something that will allow every person that is Yoruba to be part of it. In terms of the organizational structure, it has to be clear. There must be no ambiguities. Yes. It has to be something that people can see, and it has to have complete from the top, from wherever it begins, right into the communities. There has to be a thread of connection without leaving anybody out, because when you leave somebody out, you're leaving a gap for the people who are going to oppress us to use it against you. So that is the structure that we are looking at now. So now, because of everything that's happened now, that doesn't mean we failed. No. We didn't fail. But what we have done is we've woken ourselves up to a certain level now. Now we now need to go the next step. And that next step needs strategy. It needs clear planning, strategy, and commitment.
Yes. The battle right now is that the good work, commitment of the people who have brought the whole situation to this stage. We must make sure that they don't go up in smoke, where charlatans are going to eventually sort of burn the whole thing out of their ignorance. So we must make sure that that gain that has been made, that attracted millions of people all over the world, we've seen it in the last 2 years, AY, right, is not completely lost. That effort is where we need to let people know the truth. And at the same time, we should also give them clarity on what is next.
Indeed.
What are we doing? Where are we going? Is it going to be over now? Or is it all dead? No, it's not dead. That's why we said it's an ideology. We need a team of people that are going to let you know that this is an ideology. It's not going to die. It's not about an individual or a group of individuals. It is an ideology that has to do with generation of people. If you don't do it, your children are going to do this. Just know that. So that's why it's good for you to do it, so that you will play your own part in history. So AY, hang on there for me for 1 minute. I'm going to go. I know, Ken, you have been the best listener. You and Adiola, you've not left, okay? Now,
Ken, I like what you said. That's why I really had to piggyback on that. Well done on that, my brother.
Well, he's probably going to take you up on one or two things as well, because he's somebody who believes that he's been in the intelligence section. I mean, the intelligence sector in Nigeria, home and abroad. He's had the experience, he's had the relationship, and to him, right, this whole thing, if he wishes that people actually have the resources, and then because when it comes to the ideology of how to take these people down, there are people who have the ideas, but they know the resources is not yet there. That's why they continue to say, for those who are like explaining this to people, they should not give up. That's where Ken is so important to this parliament. But I'm going to go to BOK. Baba, I know you have been with us back and forth. The network hasn't been so nice, but you've been patient as well. Can you hear me? BOK, sir. May I unmute you first?
Unmute.
Unmute me, Baba. Me, I beg. I don't speak English, Baba.
Oh yeah, now we are mixed for us. Anything we go share.
Me, I love you from day one. My ego, Baba. My ego. I beg in the name of God. I beg. Give me time to talk. I get problem with you. I get problem with everybody.
Now say it to me. Tell me.
Okay, Baba. First of all, let me ask you one thing. AY, they your program there.
Yes.
Ask AY, what does he know that is going on in the Yoruba nation problem? What does he know?
AY is hearing you too.
Wait, Maegun, you yourself, what do you know that you're giving us? Little fish, little fish, little fish. Fish out the whole thing. Baba, wait, I dey come, I dey come.
I dey with you.
And then, Baba, I've been watching you from where you did your cushion, no be kitchen. From cushion.
From that small room where you cook.
Yeah, that small room. Yes, that small room. In 2017/18.
Bless you.
Baba, no be where they do for kitchen. No, I don't be kitchen member. I be 2017, 18 member. Where you they talk small, you did it loud. You did it loud. Baba, and again, now, what problem do you have with Mazi Simon Epa and Koiki Media? And Mayegun, if you have problem with the problem of the Yoruba nation, Baba, problem full everywhere.
I know.
Tell us, make we drive them. Tell us, no, they give up. Baba, Baba, tell you the truth. Ibo le mi o.
Tell me. I deal with you, Baba.
So, Baba, I want you to make everything open. The person will be thief, we call him thief. The person will be Mugu, we call him Mugu.
That's right.
Okay, wait. I'm coming, though. I'm coming. Please, brother, make everything open. Make everything day bam. Yeah. Brother, go sing that any ancient team for OC.
Bless you, Baba.
Ibo le mi. My name is Inji. If you check your this, you will see me. My name, in God we trust. Let me be in God we trust. ING. So, Baba, now my wife, I swear to God, my wife introduced me to you. Oyiboni, Greek. Now he introduced me to you, to my diary. Say, come on, see this guy talking something about Nigeria. Please, Baba, I swear to God, tell me what is going on. I want to know. You, Simon, you had a program with Simon Ekpa, Chidi Wanyang, and you. It was a 4 hours program. I watched it and I loved it. What is going on, Baba? Okay, let me tell you the truth. Look, we are not stupid. We are not stupid. We love you. That before Namdekanu begin, who be Namdekanu? Where they recommend you for? We don't know the truth. We don't watch you. We have been watching you because you have been saying the truth.
I get your gift, Baba. Okay.
I don't confuse finish. So all of them they confuse me. No, it's my head. And all of you are in my head.
I know. You see this question where you just asked now.
Okay.
You know that, you are going to attract a lot of people to now say, let him say.
No, Baba, no. Now the thing I want to do now, I don't say you feel answer them. I know you.
Know me now, and I'm not lie to you. That's one thing. Whatever I say to you tonight,
Okay.
Number one, there are things. I said that when I was, doing the series, yes.
Yeah,
there are so many people who have invested a lot.
I followed everything. In Yoruba, Baba, everything.
No worry. I go tell you. Just follow me like that. No, we'll have a chat like that, yeah? Okay. So I said I have to be very careful as well. The way I say some things. Because I may have a good intention.
All right.
Because I know. Oh, hang on. Give me 1 second. Don't go anywhere. Everybody.
No, I dare you. I dare.
Mayegun, okay. Are you there? Or
hold on, is coming.
Sorry about that, okay?
I hear you. You don't get wahala. Go ahead.
I just thought of that. Once we get to like an hour, it's just going to cut me off. So you are going to have to give me about 2 to 5 minutes to say
Baba,
this to you.
Baba, okay? Fire on.
Good. Now, where is that again? Okay. So the first, what do you call it? Sometimes things we know or hear because of the closeness to some of the real actors and players in all of this, yeah? Some of them, you might want to share them. Now, this is what you hear raw. Now, your intention is to let people know the damages that will come back from it. You may not envisage it. So you have to be very careful how you share something. Sometimes you share them because you want people who actually own the message to probably have a reflection. Something that will just make them feel like, okay, maybe we should slow down. I'll tell you, I don't have any problem with Tekpao. Sure you get. It was on Mayegun's diary political. I said, for some reason, I could sense that there are so many internal rancors.
Àwọn yẹn ẹ̀pà ọ̀rọ̀ wọn o. Àwọn yẹn wọn gbọ́n lórí ni wọn gbọ́n lórí.
Baba,
they just come with their own personal intention. Baba, I've been watching some. Ekpa, I've never said anything against you. You have never said, but Baba, that day, Ewa jump, Ekpa, infiltrator, Baba, I said, okay, no problem, Baba, you have your reason. There's nothing you will say that I will go against you. Already, you have your reason for everything.
I tell you, I thought you know, say we call it parliament,
No, yes, I trust you. I believe you. No problem.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Yeah, 1 second. AY. So what happened is this. Okay. The impression that I might have problem with any of them, I want you to mind. Okay, there are some things that they will say disagreement of choice of decision. You get, and you can say, I don't think you know what I mean. I don't think that is ideal. You get
at all.
It's normal for people. Yes. You know, I believe that people who are like going to engage themselves in about struggle, we must also be able to disagree without anybody feeling in any way. So to me, right? To me, the part of the one that actually really affects, which made me to speak out, is this. Okay, before. Sometimes in August, you get, some people made an announcement and they said Yoruba nation is going to be declared in 2022. Now, to somebody like myself, that is misleading. Even if somebody wants it, you get. So, and I was like, when I check, the people making all these utterances, they are having the sort of a validation of those who never made such promises before, the people we know running the, the affair of Yoruba, this or that, you get. So then we were waiting that they would take charge and say, hey, it is true. And this is the plan of how it's going to be. You get. But because I'm closer to them, so I could easily tell when they are like taking something to, no, come on, don't say this in public. Oh. Then, things that you believe that if they say in public, it's going to lead to the mockery of the whole thing. Something you will hear and say, oh, man, this one don't make sense now. Why are you going to say this guy?
At all.
So to somebody like me, it is the end result is that it is going to, when December come and people are not given the Yoruba nation. Now, what will happen is after that, it will become, first, it will discourage a lot of people. It will create a lot of acrimony and a lot of mistrust. And to get those people back on track, you may never get them back again. So that's why I said, when I was talking, now, where ECPA came in? I'll tell you.
Right.
So before they joined ECPA, there was this arrangement they made. I was privy to it. It's not public. Okay. So in that arrangement, they said they have no idea how sit at home started in Igbo land. Okay. They have no idea the purpose and different purposes of the sit at home in Igbo land. Okay. But they needed to show something to people before December. And to me, so to prove that, they have the capacity to do what IPOB are doing, ECPA is doing. So they decided to come to public and sign what they call bilateral agreement with ECPA. All of these are misleading. You get. Normally, when ECPA speak, even Mazinam Kanu, they speak not just about IPOB anymore. They speak about almost everybody now. They speak about almost everything we all do. But when you are misleading people, now, if it was just about misleading, like they said they will give them in December, I wouldn't have said much. But something? They were recruiting our people, promising to give them some money to go and create havoc here and there to prove that if Yoruba nation doesn't come by December, it is because Nigeria want to stop them. Now, they want to model something. After what the IPOB, the sit-at-home, every other thing going on in the East, but they don't have the resources. It's misleading.
Okay, Mayegun.
If they can not go that far, I don't have any. That's why I say it's not a competition. I'm not fighting anybody. Do you understand that now? So if things get to a stage that to prove to our people that they are doing the right thing, we must start showing some level of violence. And I know those behind it. I'm not going to keep quiet. Do you get that now? So I have no course with anybody or what have you. But AY,
I think he's dropped out. He's dropped out. He's dropped out by. I think he dropped out.
Yeah, but he was going to come
Now,
back. I want to. It's like you have been brought back to like you want to say something, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Quickly. I just want to support what you just said there. A lot of the things that I had back end ties into what you said. Not everything. I'm not privy to everything. I'll have to say that. But some things, sometimes if it comes to my ear, and I actually deliberately don't want to get involved in things in that way because I'm just focused on awareness.
Once you know some certain things, then you begin to ask yourself that how do I even say it to the public? How will the public take it? Won't they feel like, oh, this is so discouraging? I'm done. I'm not interested again. So you are within that battle of what you know and what you want the public to know. And if you don't let them know, you are still going to be here when the whole thing will start crumbling and they will be calling you.
Correct.
Yeah, well, what are you saying now? Why are you not saying so? Then you're like, I knew it's correct. I knew it's going to happen. I didn't know how to correct. Sure, you get. So we might actually be helping ourselves here, trying to tell some people that you have done your best, you have done a lot, you have done so much all this while. Violence to prove that you are doing something is on your and we don't. Sure, you get now.
I think, So the part you mentioned about being awareness and the partnership and coming together and everything else, I was aware of that, and there were some discussions around that. For me, one of the things I said is this: it is important that we have all channels open among all those who are agitating for self-determination. Whether or not we agree on everything is besides the point. The central goal for all of us is that we're going for self-determination.
I like the fact that people can disagree and say, no, I don't agree with that. Oh, I disagree with that. Now, within that, you have LV conversation. Eventually, you're going to meet in the middle. So, which means little to the left, little to the right. That's how you can forge on. But when there is no control, then we have all these lapses. And we know where the lapses are coming from. The people in charge of the Yoruba nation struggle, the central one that we know, right? They lost control to these people. And they have made so many pronouncements that they didn't make. Which means when these people are making this pronouncement, there were no provisions for them. So people are now expectant. Alpha, what you said? Baba, before I started talking, people had to send me some messages to be threatening the people that they shouldn't threaten. Imagine people sending threat messages to Baba Akintoye, Baba Adeniran, Sunday Igboho, the people that have actually put a lot into all of this because of the promises. Some people who have known nothing for real to actually do promises they made. So if the controllers of this whole thing, if they have lost control, we are not going to have to actually let them bury a good cause. So be okay. I have no problem with anyone. Okay. I personally wish that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, the reason why I don't say much about the IPOB crisis and the rest is that I have seen a lot within and I know so much as well. But there's nothing I know around there. No matter how much I try to say them, they are likely not going to come out well. So I choose, right, to ensure that the only person that is likely going to eventually harmonize everybody is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I always wish, and on this platform, we didn't shy away from giving our support. You are aware too. You probably contribute to that too. When we have to say, you know what I mean? So,
Baba, make I just talk my two minutes. Is it possible?
Oh yeah, now you get the flow. I'm glad you came back.
I beg. Look, I just asked you say things from my mind. I'm very objective person. You understand?
Your mind,
look, I'm best of both worlds. Oh my God, don't hear me anymore.
No.
We're here. We can hear you.
On the screen.
I'm Yoruba, I'm Igbo, Baba. I beg. I want to use the opportunity to beg. I beg.
Yeah.
My own Yoruba people, please. Anything my ego tell you to bring money, let us do. Come, let us